Kiefer Sutherland is making the headlines again, but it's not for what most people expected, and that's exactly why so many fans are suddenly paying attention. For years, Kiefer has been known as one of Hollywood's most intense and unforgettable actors, a man whose name instantly brings to mind gritty roles, dramatic storylines, and that signature tough guy edge. Whether it was his early breakout in iconic films or his legendary run on television that turned him into a global superstar, he has always been the kind of celebrity people assume will stay tied to action, controversy, or shocking headlines. But this time, the buzz surrounding Kiefer Sutherland is coming from something far more unexpected, and honestly, it's leaving a lot of people impressed. Instead of being in the news for a scandal, a dramatic fallout, or a chaotic Hollywood moment, Kiefer is being talked about because of how quietly and confidently he has been reinventing himself. What many don't realize is that while the world was busy focusing on his acting career, Kiefer has been building a completely different side of his identity, one that feels more personal, more authentic, and surprisingly inspiring. In recent months, he has been gaining attention for his work outside of acting, particularly his passion for music. And this isn't some celebrity hobby that gets attention just because of a famous name. People who have seen him perform say he's genuinely talented, committed, and serious about the craft. That alone has caught the public off guard, because it reveals a side of him that most fans never really knew existed. Even more interesting is the way he's been carrying himself lately. Those close to the industry say Kiefer seems calmer, healthier, and more grounded than he has in years. Anyone who has followed his life knows he's had his ups and downs, including periods where the media painted him as reckless or unpredictable. But now, instead of feeding into that old image, he appears to be focused on stability, creativity, and a life that doesn't revolve around constant Hollywood chaos. That kind of transformation is rare, especially for someone who has lived under the spotlight for decades. And it's also the reason his name is trending in a way that feels different this time, because people aren't reacting to drama, they're reacting to growth. Another reason Kiefer is making headlines is because he's reportedly becoming more selective about the roles he chooses. Rather than chasing every opportunity or staying trapped in one type of character, he seems to be taking projects that actually mean something to him. That's the kind of move that signals confidence, not desperation. It suggests he's reached a point where he doesn't need to prove anything anymore, he simply wants to create work he believes in. Fans are now speculating that this new chapter could lead to some of the strongest performances of his career, because when an actor with his experience becomes more intentional, the results can be powerful. And perhaps the biggest surprise of all is that the public response has been overwhelmingly positive. Instead of criticizing him, people are rooting for him. They're celebrating the fact that he's still here, still evolving, and still finding new ways to express himself. In an era where celebrity news is often fueled by scandals and negativity, Kiefer Sutherland is making headlines simply because he's choosing a different path, one built on passion, maturity, and quiet reinvention. And if that's what the future looks like for him, then one thing is clear: this isn't just another headline. It might be the beginning of Kiefer Sutherland's most surprising era yet.